were first designed in 1982, where Sony released the Betacam system. A key component of this system was a single camera recorder unit that eliminated the need for a cable between the camera and the recorder, dramatically improving the freedom of the camera operator. After advancement to technology, HD digital cameras were introduced, as this is the camera here that was used to film the famous Amanda Koletsky's Everything Lies Between You and Me music video, and so many of the other research and planning tasks. Many interesting and cool shots of the music video were taken with this camera. With details to manual focusing and close-ups, its advanced camera features were used to capture the action of the music video. Without this, how could it have been possible to capture the vision? Tripod. But of course, without the help of this sleek tripod, you wouldn't have seen some of the shots that used camera movements, such as tilt down of the London Eye, panning of the girls having coffee in London, and so on. And what about the tracking that was used towards the end of the song? Tripods. No one really knows when they were invented, but the rod tripod stands have a long history in the Eastern Mediterranean region. A tripod allows you to take a stable shot, avoiding any shakiness. Also, all thanks to this magnificent shoulder brace. This gave plenty of freedom to manipulate the shot angles and movements to ensure good shots were taken. By constantly using these state-of-the-art equipment, one gets trained to use them effectively, and all there's left to do is simply go crazy with what you're filming. Not literally go crazy. Now that concludes the equipment tour, but what about important software such as Final Cut Pro, iMovie, that were used for nearly all of the research planning and construction tasks? Final Cut Pro. Let's first look at Final Cut Pro. What can I say about the value of the software? It has that many features that you can use to produce a really cool looking video. Final Cut Pro arrived to the world of cinema in 1999 as Apple launched a revolutionising editing tool. There's so much that the producers of the Fierce Productions learn from using this software, starting with ensuring the right setup is constructed in terms of frame rates, video codecs such as Apple Intermediate Codec, and so on, and other settings like video playback frames and so on. Wait till you get to the actual editing. There is so much that you can do, starting from the select option to the blade option. Wow! I just love the blade option. You can do absolutely anything with it. It allows you to cut anything and everything. This is a very useful tool if you want to precisely edit the footage that you have. It just doesn't stop there. The amount of video transitions and filters that are there to use, the list is just too long. You got to admit, the split screen in the music theory task and the final video looks cool, right? But behind those stylistic edits, there were so many layers of footage that had to be built to make this work. Did you film a shaky shot? Don't fear, smooth cam is here. This filter is like a lifesaver, honestly. Oh, and did I forget to mention how the company is now an expert at titling in Final Cut Pro? So now you've been equipped with the basics of the software as such, let's check out some of the cool products that were created with the use of the editing software Final Cut Pro. This task is called the research into the music theorists and their theories. The reason for using the software is to produce this task was that Fierce Productions wanted to use a split screen technique to illustrate the different theories with real life media products to enhance the theories that are covered, and to give a better understanding of the theories and how they could be applied to real media products that influence us. The only restriction with using split screens to do so is the restriction of the sizing proportions. As you can see here, both the clips do not fit the entire frame, but still to a certain extent provides an effective split screen. This was a key tool that Fierce Productions learned, as this useful editing technique enabled them to produce similar looking shots in their final product. When using the magical green screen, the background could only be edited in Final Cut Pro, so that's where the health and safety task was born. Fierce Productions wanted to do this task like a parody with images of the content running in the background. So the keyer tool was used to remove the green space and replacing it with the appropriate images.
Some of the difficulties that were faced during editing the green screen space with the Keyer tool were the shadows that caused an issue with the appearance of the video, and few glitches were generated as displayed in the props list task. So once again, Final Cut Pro is used here to edit the green screen effects, as no other software that Fierce Productions were aware of offered this feature.
iMovie. Let's move on to a similar editing software that's equally important but offers less in terms of editing manipulation. iMovie it is. This editing software I absolutely love. You know why? It's because of the simple interface it offers, allowing you to edit and create an effective video. This was used frequently to create tasks such as analysis of previous music videos, audience expectation, and so on. This was a familiar software and the company knew what to do already, unlike Final Cut Pro where they had a lot to discover about.
So iMovie, hey? Let's take a look at a few products that were created using this particular editing software. This is the task analysis of previous A2 music videos, and iMovie was the perfect choice for this task as the task required a few basic cuts and dissolves, where the software GarageBand was used for the voiceovers that are incorporated for the analysis of the different videos. So here you can see that the audio level of the video has been minimized and the voiceover has been integrated with the visuals of the video. Another task that used iMovie to convey research was analysis of different music videos, according to the theories presented by the theorist Andrew Goodwin. In this task, you can see how the video is frozen at points where the theorists are used, and simple layering of text has been used to describe the use of the theory. As this task involved in-depth analysis, this software was suitable to simply insert text on top of a frozen clip, as it effectively conveys the point within the set time limit for each frozen frame. Features such as split screen, adding fade in and fades out, to audio, splitting a clip, adding titles and so on was used. But one thing Fierce Productions had to be aware of was not to insert too much text on screen, as it can remove the creativity aspect. The list is not done. iMovie was extensively used by Fierce Productions for nearly all of the video editing related tasks that required minimal editing. Here you can see the compilation of the task audience expectations. One of the things you can notice here is the use of titling. This software allowed Fierce Productions to use funky titles with colour backgrounds, as this was easier to include in the sequence as well due to the simple user interface. Whereas this would have been difficult to execute in Final Cut Pro due to the restrictions of effects for titling. Similar ideas are also exhibited in the research to the record labels task, where the fast-paced titling at the beginning with a combination of jingles are also used. This can also be seen in the task What is a Digipack? And oh yeah, did I forget to mention the library of free music iMovie provides?
Editing mania. Have you heard about the really awesome animation tool called Extra Normal? Well, here it is.
Extra Normal was used to create the music channels task, where two animated people were discussing all about the music channels and comparing them with each other. This was another innovative tool, as it is completely different from your standard videos, and plus, having animated characters talking about your research is quite a show. All you had to do was create the movements of the character, add the script you want, any sound effects, etc., and publish your movie. This was a useful tool indeed, although it was a tedious process to construct the movements of the character and so on. To conclude my part of the tool, I want to show you guys the online presentation tool Prezi. Prezi is a neat and interacting way of presenting information. Let's just say it transforms some of your boring PowerPoint presentations by injecting life into it, by allowing you to zoom in and zoom out of things. This was specifically used for the record labels task, where the jam-packed info was presented in a funky way. It's not hard to use it, the trick is how well you can use it. Well, that's it from me guys. I hand you over to Vivek, who will be finishing off your insightful tour and the National Technology Museum. Bye for now.